So, after a year of being monetized on YouTube, I thought I would share with you which countries pay the best ad revenue. Now, this is only for my channel. My channel is mainly focused on technical things, really short and easy tech tips. So, this varies from one channel to another, from one industry to another, in fact, even from one video to another. But I'm going to share with you how much advertisers are paying YouTube to get in front of get 1,000 views on my channel. So first of all, we go into YouTube Studio and into the analytics. Actually, even before I hit the analytics, I'll just point out to you that to be get paid for the ads that run on your channel, you've got to apply for monetization, and you get to do that once you hit 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So your videos are going to be watched for 4,000 hours in the last 12 months, which I know sounds like a lot, but it's actually quite achievable for most channels. If I have a look here, I can see how many subscribers I've got. 4,500 now. So I got 1,000 about a year ago, and then after that, it's grown very nicely. You can see people are watching right now. I want to look at revenue, so I go over to this revenue tab up here, this one, and I get to see the revenue. I don't want just the last 28 days. Let me go for the last year, 365 days. And you can see how much revenue. So this is money to me that YouTube has paid to me over the last year. Of course, have to take taxes and other things out of it, but that's how much in total I have earned. So nearly $7,000 in the last year. But now let's break that down a little bit, and we're going to break it down by CPM. So CPM is cost per mille, or how much advertisers pay for 1,000 monetized playbacks. So monetized playback is basically a view or an ad impression, a view of one of their ads. I can see that on average I'm at about $13 CPM, which is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. That's going to vary. It really depends on who your audience is, who's watching your channel, and what would attract advertisers to get in front of that audience, because it's actually an auction. And so if there are a lot of advertisers competing to get in front of your videos, then your CPM is going to go higher. I get to see how much I've made each month. There it is over the last 6 months. I get to see the top earning videos. And it's really interesting because some of the videos that have earned the most, the ones that don't earn the most, they can still have many thousands of views. And others that maybe don't have so many views, they can earn more money. I'll click on this see more button here, and what I get to see is which videos are generating the most money. You can see that here. Okay, so if I highlight that, then that video will display. So that one is generating the most money, and it's had 277,000 views. But look at this. This video here has had, what, a quarter of the views for Ace of 32. Well, there's like, but it's generated nearly half of the money, you see? It's really interesting, isn't it? So that all depends on what we call the CPM, which we saw before. If I click on geography, I get to see which countries are paying the most. Now, this is really interesting. I have 437,000 views from the US over the last year. Now, I've had nearly half as many views from India, okay? But the US has generated much more than twice the money. Let's have a look. So if I go into your estimated revenue here, this shows me how much revenue, how much money I've got from different countries. So you saw, this is really interesting. The US has generated $5,000 in ad revenue for me. So this is my revenue, not the CPM, but the revenue that actually comes to me. And India, which has had half as many views, it hasn't generated half as much money, has it? It's only $86. And so what we're seeing here is that some countries just generate more views and more revenue for the views that they bring, because advertisers are willing to pay more to get in front of 1,000 views in the US. Now, I can also look at things like the age of my audience, and really, this was a bit of a surprise to me, but my audience has got, so there's 29% 18 to 24, and then another 21%, so that adds up to 50% between 18 and 34. Add another 20 here, 70% of my audience are between 18 and 44, 45. So that's really interesting for me, because I'm definitely not in any of those categories. But somehow the topic and the audience is hitting home for those people or those ones who are on YouTube. The last thing I can look at is the gender balance, and I see that I've got slightly more males than females watching my channel, but generally it's about half, which is a big surprise to me, really. Now, there are many other ways that you can make money from YouTube apart from ad revenue. In fact, ad revenue is probably the least predictable. But if you are interested in growing your channel, it's definitely a long-term investment. But most of my videos, including that most popular one, is more than a year old, and it's still generating good income for me. So it really is worth pursuing if you are going to be making videos anyway on YouTube.